Good evening, Groovy citizens, and happy Winning Wednesday. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. By now, most of you all should be off work, at home, relaxing, chilling, all that other good stuff. But I hope you all have had a wonderful day. My day has been awesome. Very productive, busy as always, but very productive nonetheless. I had physical therapy today. We introduced some new exercises. They didn't feel very good at all. However, I'm thinking long term, this will all pay off. But it did not feel good today. But oh, honey, at the end, they put the ice compression on my foot, on my ankle. And when I tell you it feels so good, Lord, it feels so good. But other than that, like I said, today has been a wonderful day. So we're going to jump right on into this video because I need to get it done. I have 45 minutes to get this video done. Let it upload. I'm not worried about the upload, but I need to get the video done, eat my dinner, and I have a 7 o'clock Zoom call. So I'm moving quick, y'all. And by the way, it's 74 degrees outside. So it's there's a slight little breeze in the air, but it's comfortable and I'll take it. Now, today's topic. Ooh, this is a good one. Progress is impossible without change. I'm going to say it one more time because I don't know who needs to hear this, but progress is impossible without change. Now, the quote that I'm going to share with you is by Bishop T.D. Jakes. You all know the drill. I'm going to share this quote and I'll unpack it as I go along the way. And then I'll wrap it up and bid you good day. So he says, George Bernard Shaw said, progress is impossible without change. You cannot stay doing the same thing and expect things to change. Y'all know what that made me think about? What is oh God, Lord have mercy, I'm drawing a blank. What is that quote that something, I'm going to find it, I'll share it in the description box. But anyway, but that is so true. You cannot expect change if you keep doing the exact same thing. I can't keep eating fast food, but I expect to lose weight. It's just not going to happen. And I'm eating McDonald's fries, which I love, eating the fries and a QPC, or because I don't eat Big Macs. I don't like that $1,000 dressing on it. But you get what I'm saying. I can't keep eating that every day and then expect for the scale to go down when I get on it. That's just, it makes no sense. So he said, those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Oh my goodness. We can have the benediction right there. We can have the benediction. If you refuse to change your mind, change the way you think, then you can't have anything, because change starts with the mind. Why has this man got this little girl out in the street like that? Lord, I digress, but digress. Change starts with the mind, you guys. You've got to change the way you think if you want change to happen. He says, I didn't realize that their decision didn't alter my destiny. I wanted to share that because I need you all to understand this. Somebody's decision should never change your destiny. Now, I hear you. I know what you're saying. You're saying, but Michelle, if somebody decides to lay me off or to break up with me, that does change my destiny. Well, in a sense it does, but in a sense it doesn't. You know why? Just because that job decided to let you go, or that person decided they wanted to break up with you, honey, your life will still go on. You know why? Because you will meet someone else. You will find another job. And even if you don't find another job, you can start your own business. So don't let somebody else's decision dictate your destiny. You're bigger than that and you are better than that. And then he says, you don't have to like me for me to be blessed. Oh, I had to share that. I'm going to say it one more again because somebody needs to hear that. Again, we could have the benediction and go on home. You don't have to like me in order for me to be blessed. Do I care in a sense whether or not people like me? Somewhat, but not really. You know why? Because I serve a God that continues to bless me whether you like me or not. Just like your life is being blessed whether I like you or not. That's just the reality. So stop thinking that you have to have people liking you in order for you to be blessed. My blessings, and I thank God that my blessings are not hinged on whether or not you like me. My blessings are not hinged on whether or not the world likes me. It doesn't matter, because God's going to bless me regardless of what you think of me. Just like he's going to bless you regardless of what other people think of you. He says you don't have He says, you don't have to like me to be successful. You don't. I'm going to be successful whether you like me or not. You're going to be successful whether the world likes you or not. So stop thinking that people have to like you in order for you to be blessed and in order for you to be successful. Then he says, you don't have to agree with me in order for me to succeed. Come on, somebody. Again, we need to just have this benediction and going home. You don't have to have people agree with you in order for you to succeed. People are not always going to agree with the decisions that we make, and that's all right. That is their choice. They cannot agree if they want to. That's their business. Who cares? I don't. I mean, I really don't. You don't have to believe in me in order for me to succeed, because I'm going to succeed anyway. You know why? I'm going to succeed because I have God on my side. I'm going to succeed because I believe in me. So it doesn't matter whether you believe in me or not. Come on, somebody. He says, why have I expended more energy in changing their mind when I should have spent energy changing my mind? Again, y'all stop trying to change other people's minds. You put all your energy in getting somebody to see things the way you see it, getting somebody to agree with you, getting somebody to believe in you and to praise you and worship you. Stop it. Spend that time doing that for yourself. Stop worrying about whether the world believes in you. Somebody out here believes in you. I promise you that. God ultimately believes in you, but somebody else will. But stop spending your energy worrying about who believes in you. He said, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Not as society thinketh. It is with the mind that we serve the Lord. Come on now. Our mind is a battleground. We have a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other, and they're fighting to control our mind. He says you can think yourself clear. You can. And I'm going to tell you something. Some of y'all may say, well, Michelle, I don't believe in angels and devils. Well, that's your business. I don't care. But I'm telling you what I know. You have part of your mind says to do this. The other part is saying to do that. But you've got to listen to the right voice. And too often we pick the wrong voice. That's just like, I'm going to say recently, somebody got under my skin and I cussed them out. Yes, I did. I'm not proud of that. I'm not boasting about it. And I did ask God to forgive me. But you know, again, like I said, you have that angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. Honey, the devil's voice was a little bit loud in my ear. It said, you cussed them out. And that's exactly what I did. Where the angel was saying, Michelle, be the bigger person. Just let it go. Smile and just let it go. I couldn't do it. I listened to the wrong voice. So oftentimes we do that. So if you don't think that your mind is a battleground, yes, it is. Right now, somebody under the sound of my voice, your mind is wrestling with how to deal with something. Your mind is wrestling with, should you go left or should you go right? Should you go forward? Should you go backwards? Should you keep this person? Should you let them go? Should you keep this job? Should you let the job go? Should you buy this house or that house? This car or that car? Your mind is always a battleground. There's always stuff. Even though I'm sitting here doing this video, I have stuff on my mind right now. Stuff that I'm not going to go into because it's irrelevant, to be honest with you. But I do have things on my mind, just like I know you do. Your mind is a battleground. All I'm asking you to do is change the way you think, change the way you see things. And the outcome is going to be a whole lot different for you. And then he says, you can think yourself well, think yourself healed. You have the power within yourself to change things around you by changing things within you. I need you all to really hear that, to receive it and believe it. You change what's going on inside of you, I promise you, you can change what goes on around you. He says, if you change your thinking, you can change your life. Not if you change your job, you can change your life. Because guess what? If you don't change the way you think, your life is going to be the same no matter where you go. You can change jobs and still have stinking thinking. All right, let's just remember that. He said, not if you change your city, you change your life. Not if you change your husband. So wait a minute, let me back up. So he's saying, in other words, he says, You can change, if you change your thinking, you can change your life. Not if you change your job, you can change your life. Not if you change your city, you can change your life. Not if you change your husband, you can change your life. Not if you change your wife, you can change your life. You have the power within yourself. And that's what I need you to understand. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't, because you do. You've got to make the change. That's just like, I'm going to say this, I'm going to move on. That's just like, there are too many times that people stay in relationships. And I'm not even talking about relationships that are kind of at a standstill, because you can work through that if you really want to. But that's why you have people who stay in these relationships where that person is abusive, be it physically and or mentally, verbally or physically, or combination of both, because you need to change your mindset. Your mind is telling you, well, if I leave, I'm going to be by myself. Your mind is telling you, if I leave them, nobody else is going to want me. I've got kids, I've got this, I've got that, I've got the other. Change the way you think. Just like you met that person, God will send on somebody else. Come on now, you don't have to stay with that. But I digress. He says, I won't let you control how I proceed in my life, because it's impossible. It's impossible to have change or progress without thought. What you are thinking determines how you're living. Come on now. What you're thinking determines how you're living. He says what you are thinking determines how you feel. What you think determines how you roll. You are no better than your next thought. Remember that. You are no better than your next thought. So be mindful of what you're thinking. You are one thought away from the greatest breakthrough that you've ever had in your life. I need somebody to hear that. Again, believe it and receive it. You are one thought away, just one, from the greatest breakthrough that you've ever had in your life. But some of y'all don't believe it. That's why you're not going to have it. You are one thought away from the greatest discovery you could ever have in your life. You are one thought away from a cure from cancer. Come on now. You are one thought away from finding your divine purpose and living your life out with destiny, peace, and joy. Just one thought away. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you function. You have to change your attitude. Some of you are trying to change the wrong thing. Y'all, this quote will be in the description box, but as I bring this all home, I need you to fully understand that you cannot and you will not have progress if you don't change the way you think. So right now, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I need you to stop thinking that you don't deserve the best that life has to offer, because you do. I need you to stop thinking that you don't deserve a good man or you don't deserve a good woman because maybe somewhere along the line you messed up a relationship. Okay, guess what? People make mistakes in life, but you still deserve the right man or the right woman. So stop thinking that you don't, because you do. Some of you all are thinking, well, I want that job, but I don't really deserve that job because, there were times where I slacked off. Okay, so what? Everybody slacks off in their job at some point in time. That doesn't mean that you don't deserve the job, because you do. You have worked your tail off for it, and so you deserve it. Stop thinking that you don't deserve to live in this community or to drive that specific car. Change the way you think. And I cannot stress that enough. Some of you, a lot of you, many of you need to change your stinking thinking. You fix the way you think, I promise you, all of the things that you've asked God for will start to pour into your life. God says, I can't give that thing to you because you're not ready for it. Your thinking's not right. So I'm not going to give you something that I know you're not ready for. Listen, I don't know who needed to hear that today, but I need you to change the way you think. Because God has the best waiting to give you. You just have to have the right mindset to receive it. So if this is your first time listening to one of my videos or watching one of my videos, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there and spend the rest of the day, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, and the rest of your lifetime changing the way you think. Some of you all, I forgot to mention this, some of you all think that society owes you something. Society owes you nothing. So stop sitting back thinking that you're so privileged that society owes you something, because it doesn't. Y'all, that's it. That's my time. You know the drill. You know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there's nothing that you can ever do about it. But you will change that thinking. I promise you, if you don't do it now, you will do it later. We will talk again on Friday. I love you all. Take care.